Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Off the play fake, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pick your game up. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Let's get it. First.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Double right.
Now Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Check.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And now running right through it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 12-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Delta.
Second and 1. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
64.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Check 37. Check 37.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
A gain of 9 on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check 3. Hey. Drill right. 22. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cook. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
You draw corporate. Check 24, check 24. Lucky 48. Jumper.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 7. At the Lions' 40-yard line.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A toss to Cook. Fights him off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Lions 14, Vikings 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
50. 55. And middle. And middle. Hey, recon, 132 fighter. 5. 22.
A shotgun snap for Stanford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Watch one. All day. No.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First down, here's the run with Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. To throw is Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs as the first half is winding down as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Meanwhile, over in Lambeau, an update. The Raiders are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shoot. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch safety creeping.
Stafford. He'll buy some time right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the screen. Double right.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
22 jet bomber.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry. Alert! Let's make these babies.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Amendola, he was the intended target.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now a run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. Got the connection here to Bourne. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Let's hit, boy.
A gain of 10 yards.
Hey!
3rd down.
Let's listen. Kill. General West. Kill. Bring it, 48. Hey, Alpha.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Lets it fly for Thielen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, and even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he got great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score of
That's 60. Check, watch PC4. 21. He's not going to get me. Shoot. Switch. Check 50. 6-6. Pull it high.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford. Open man. He's got him to tight end Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. Here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Hey. Hey, 50, 61, matchbox, lights. Check.
They'll run it with Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
55. Watch the pass. Alert. Check X3. 218. Chopper. Look at him.
Well, Stafford. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
You ain't got nothing. Yellow.
To throw, Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Right, 22.
Here's Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Set, go 20. Mike 54. Hey, let's get some penetration. Zebra. Get some penetration. Say. Protein spill. Time go.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Slay 54.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, this is Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ready, 250, 0. I got it.
Stafford now to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line. Today's final score.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Detroit, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll